Hello, hello, Kiri Honey here, relationship coach for moms. Welcome to today's training session where we are talking about from chaos to calm, mastering mental clutter. And today in our training, we are going to talk about understanding the impact of mental clutter on your marriage, practical strategies for clearing mental clutter, and how nurturing a clutter-free mindset can lead to a thriving marriage and more balanced and fulfilling life. All right, let's get stuck in. I just refer to my notes. Okay. So starting with the first category we talked about, understanding the impact of mental clutter on your marriage. Okay, well, let's start off by saying, what is mental clutter? Mental clutter is all the stuff going on in your brain, all the things that are occupying space that maybe don't need to be there. It could be lots of things like dealing with past traumas and all the things that are going on in here. When your mind is lacking focus, clarity, and direction, basically, in your marriage, it's going to lead to arguments, unhelpful, possibly snarky comments. You are going to probably focus on the negatives. You're going to struggle to see things with more love and compassion and understanding, and you might have more anger, likely directed towards those that you love the most. Our minds are so busy worrying about the millions of things that we have to do that we end up achieving nothing because we are so overwhelmed with what to do and where to put our energy and what to focus on. So, have you ever heard the phrase, you need to slow down to speed up? I know, I struggled with this concept originally too, because it seems strange and counterproductive, but it is so true. By intentionally taking the time to slow down, reflect, plan, you can achieve greater results and basically show up as your best self, which I know is what you want to do. So, what are some of the benefits of slowing down? You enhance your clarity and focus because when you slow down, you create space for clear thinking. And you can actually focus on what you intend to focus on, and you can be more clear about the goals that you're trying to achieve, the purpose of doing that thing. It also reduces errors, mistakes, frustrations, because when you're rushing through things, it often comes out with errors, and then you have to spend your time fixing those things. I know, as a little practical example, if you're generally speeding because you didn't leave on time, right? And then you get frustrated because everyone on the road is so slow. But it's like, okay, if I had just maybe gotten out of the house on time, I wouldn't be stressed out. I wouldn't be swearing at other people on the road. Okay. So it also increases your efficiency and productivity. So you will be able to get more things done because you are prioritizing, you are focused on what actually matters and putting the time into important things rather than maybe getting distracted and scrolling on your phone. It also enhances your well-being and balance. Slowing down is essential for maintaining your well-being and creating that necessary balance in your life because it allows you to recharge, reduce your stress, and prevent burnout. So you might be thinking, okay, so how do I achieve this? You set clear goals and you prioritize. Take time to clear. So, what do you want to achieve? Identify the most important tasks, avoid distractions, and just basically procrastinating and avoiding doing the thing that is actually important. Plan and organize your time. Practice time blocking. So to allocate a specific time for different and important activities. So the essential things that you know you need to get done, and probably also the things that maybe are not your favorite thing to do, the things that you keep procrastinating about. And embrace strategic rest and breaks. So you can actually schedule in your breaks and time for rest. And also recognize how important those are because they help keep you focused and on track. So allowing yourself to have regular breaks, to engage in activities like relaxing. Maybe you want to have a bubble bath. Maybe you want to have a spa. Maybe it's just even having a shower, going for a walk, practicing mindfulness, meditating, engaging in something creative, spending 5 minutes doodling, right? These are all really important things that help you get focused. Adopt a more mindful approach. This helps you stay aware and it helps you stay present in the moment. Okay. It also helps keep you aware of distractions and negative thought patterns and will keep you focused. Try doing one thing at a time instead of multitasking and doing all the things. This can link back to the other training that we talked about on decluttering for 15 minutes at a time. It is setting a focused intention. And instead of when you go to declutter or tidy up, you go over here and then you get distracted by this thing and you go over here. You go in with an intention and you focus on that. And then also a big important step here is to reflect and learn. Regularly take time to reflect on what you're achieving, learning from your experiences, what maybe has gone wrong, what you could do better, and make adjustments accordingly. Okay, so the next category we were going to talk about, I'm trying to get my light to work, but it's not really doing anything. Practical strategies for clearing mental clutter. Okay, I've got a few different things to talk about on this one. One is to brain dump on paper. Okay, so write everything down that is clogging your mind. Things causing you stress, things you have on your to-do list, anything else taking up valuable space and energy in your brain. Actively doing this process helps you gain clarity and organize your thinking. If you're not a writer and you feel like that's way too time consuming, you can also do this as a voice memo. So on your phone, you've probably got a voice memo app, or you could even just record it as a video if you don't. And you can just say your frustrations, your thoughts, your challenges, your struggles. You can also list out the things on your to-do list, anything else that is clogging up mental space. Okay? And get it all out. What you can do is either this might help spark some sort of idea or something you haven't thought about yet. So you can always go back and re-listen to it if you want to, or if you remember having some sort of thought, or you can just move on. Okay? So another thing that you can do is practice mindfulness. We talked about that briefly in the last step. Engage in activities such as meditation, deep breathing, body scans. So when you get present and think about how you feel in different areas of your body, to help you focus on being here and now and what actually matters. You can also prioritize and delegate. So you can create a to-do list. I believe in the last week's session, we talked about writing a to-do list in a book and using a highlighter to mark those things as you've ticked them off rather than crossing them off, so you can see all the progress that you're making, all the achievements that you have made. And then you can prioritize those things based on their importance and delegate tasks that you don't necessarily have to do yourself. So this will allow you to see all the things that you need to do without you having to always remember everything, because that will cause overwhelm and stress. Another thing you can do is simplify your environment. So decluttering your physical surroundings, which again, we talked about at the start of this month in our 15 minutes of decluttering sessions. Because a cluttered space, like all of these things are taking up our energy and space in our mind, because we're thinking, oh, I have to deal with that, and I have to deal with that, and blah, 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 blah. So you need to focus on creating a space that helps you feel calm and at peace. So when you are in a state of overwhelm or frustration or anger, you have a space where you can go to actually maybe do your meditations, be present in the moment, and just try and focus on some joy. All right, and the last section that we were going to talk about was how nurturing a clutter-free mindset can lead to a thriving marriage and a more balanced and fulfilling life. So basically, mental clutter equals increased stress, increased overwhelm, and when we were in those states, our communication is not great. So there's a communication breakdown and an emotional distance, because you're not in a place to be able to show love, show compassion, show empathy. You are stressed out. So you need to be taking steps to be in a place where you are clear of that emotional clutter, that emotional baggage, so that you can communicate clearly, so that you can be in a place where you are able to show love, you are able to show empathy, you are able to understand each other. So when you deal with the mental clutter and you're intentional with your focus and your clarity, you have an ability to remain calm, in control, emotionally balanced, because you're not feeling overwhelmed and easily triggered, and probably also easily blamed. You might feel like anything that your partner says is an attack, and a personal attack. But more often than not, other people's responses have nothing to do with you. Okay? If your head is clear and focused on your intentions, it will allow for healthier communication, emotional intimacy, which could lead to physical intimacy, and basically overall satisfaction and joy. So I hope you have found this session helpful. If you're not following me on Instagram yet, do pop over there, kiri.honey on Instagram, because I am getting into my reels and sharing cool little steps and having a bit of fun. And I'd love to see you on there. So come and join me on Instagram, and I will see you for next week's focus training. Bye-bye.